This is not the video I expected to make this week, but after a lot of thought, I decided this was something I really wanted to talk about. Today, I invite you all to be active participants in today's video, and I have a couple questions for you all about WoW. After you have a chance to think, I'm going to share my answers just for fun, and hopefully after that you can see where these questions are leading. First off, what are your earliest memories of WoW? I'll give you a couple seconds, but feel free to pause if necessary. One of my favorite things about WoW is how many different things there are in the game, and I really doubt any of you watching are envisioning the same experience right now. Personally, my first glimpses of WoW weren't on my own account, but on my dad's, where I remember some very specific images. A sandy beach with a secluded tunnel high above, an untamed wilderness where the plants came to life, a tranquil loch with a stranded engineer on the shore. While these might seem like odd, scattered vignettes, at the time, these were my first experiences of a game that quite literally has changed my life. Now I want you to answer this. What is your favorite memory of WoW? On Christmas Day many years ago, I had the flu, which was really unfun, but somehow that was the day I made my favorite memory in this game. Why? Well, that was the day my parents announced, yeah, it's about time Jedi should have his own account. And boy, did that make the day quite a bit better. Logging on, making my very first character, Jedi Knight, zoning into Elwynn for the first time, there's just nothing quite like it, as I'm sure many of you know. Classic WoW, and specifically Wrath of the Lich King, has been my favorite ever since. So why am I asking you these questions? Well, I for one think it's fun to talk about, and I wanted to get you all in the mindset of comparing WoW in the past to more modern experiences of the game. It's been a while since I've made one of these videos talking about the actual state of the game, or things like Classic Plus, but there's some interesting news I wanted to bring up this time. Whether or not you believe a 4chan leak about an upcoming Classic Plus expansion, I think the return of Chris Metzen to the WoW team has much more massive implications for what could be coming next. For those who don't know who Chris is, he was one of the original designers and story directors for Warcraft all the way back in the 90s until 2016, when he left Blizzard during the Legion expansion. Now, he's back on the WoW team as the executive creative director. What does this mean? Well, personally, I think it's really doubtful this key storyteller, this mastermind behind pretty much all of the Warcraft foundational lore, is going to be super heavily focused on retail lore and Dragonflight. After being away from the lore for over half a decade, let's be honest, a lot of it has gone off the rails, and it does not make sense to me that Chris would want to rejoin Blizzard just to run damage control with the story and try to salvage the good from the bad. No, in my opinion, the return of Chris Metzen is a signal that things on the Classic front are about to get a lot more interesting. Classic is still perfectly preserved in terms of the story and world that Metzen envisioned all those years ago. And what better place could there be to go back to the basics of WoW and build up from there? Classic WoW was a success. Classic TBC and Wrath have been pretty popular, and with the recent trend of classic hardcore in full swing, it's hard to deny the appeal of the older versions of Azeroth. The adventure, the exploration, the enthusiasm, it's all there, and I think it would be a win-win-win for Blizzard, Chris Metzen, and us the players if Classic Plus or something along those lines was in the works. We think we want that, and we do want that. Look what happened with Hardcore as an example. In a few months, Blizzard turned an add-on into a fully functional game mode with dedicated servers to play on, and now tons of players as well. With one of the pillars of WoW's development back at the table, I think some very exciting announcements are coming soon, and I hope, like me, you'll be watching BlizzCon on November 3rd to see if WoW's future is going to continue to go in a positive direction. Finally, I want to give a quick birthday shout out to my dad, because without him, a lot of my video ideas, and really my entire history with the game, would never have happened. Thanks, Dad, and happy birthday. As for the rest of you watching, Thank you all so much, and until next time, may the Force be with you.